So the other day I was working on a homework assignment, and it was an 18-page essay, and I wrote all 18 pages out, typed it up, put a little cute thesis on it. I worked backwards, I don't know why. I typed the whole thing and then I wrote the thesis. And then I printed it out, and then my dog ate it. I know it sounds like a cliche, but my dog is almost as fat as me, and he likes to eat paper. I probably would have eaten it if he hadn't, but he beat me to it. And that's that. So that's why we are going to be taking about keeping safeguards in the office, so you have plenty of space to file your files and such. So we are going to be talking about a couple ways to do this. So here we go. And we're going to be discussing the advantages and disadvantages of each. The first one is by computer. Now, the advantages of storing your stuff by computer are, one, it's on a computer, so it's right at your fingertips. You can access anything. There's plenty of space. It's environmentally friendly, so it doesn't make all the gnomes angry, and it's faster and it's lighter. Okay. Some disadvantages. A lot of people in the world, such as myself, don't really know how to use computers that well, and it seems like every month they're coming out with a new operating system, and if you don't have this operating system, you're obsolete and you're way behind and you'll never catch up. And so you might as well curl into a ball, cry yourself to sleep, and die. But I don't want to die or curl into a ball. I can't curl into a ball if I was in a vice. And I don't sleep soundly when my pillow's soaked with tears. If it's soaked with like Mountain Dew or something, I'm good. But tears, no. So you don't want to do that. And the other thing, computers can be a little fragile on multiple fronts. You could drop it. You could be me and sit on it. You could light it on fire because you're frustrated. Or you might just come across some viruses that take away your entire hard drive, and that's not a good thing. And then you have to delete it, because otherwise it translates all your files into Klingon, and you just don't have a very good time reading it. And if you know how to speak Klingon and don't really get bothered by that, you have some bigger problems than file storage to seal out. Okay, so those are some advantages and disadvantages of computer. Next is file cabinet. The advantages of a file cabinet: it's durable, and you have a hard copy of stuff, and it's kind of intimidating to thieves and stuff. They see a file cabinet and they're like, ooh, and they run away because they're scared of it, because they think it's like your bodyguard or something. It's pretty simple compared to a computer. You know, you just open it up, which means anybody can use it. But if you're facing some sort of cyber hacker, they, one, can't access your stuff over the internet because you can't do that yet. And even if they like break into your office, they don't know how to use a file cabinet. They haven't ever used a file cabinet, and so that's good. Disadvantages: it's heavy. It's an eyesore. You can get around that by dressing your file cabinet up, whether that be by using clothes or paint or pictures or other stuff. So that's good, but it's bulky and it's heavy. The stuff is not backed up digitally, which means if you lose it, then you might not have another copy of it. And if you and it's still not incredibly durable. It's not made out of Superman or anything. It's just usually made out of steel or aluminum, and so it can be broken, and it can be difficult to fix once broken. Or if you have a fire, it's not going to hold off a fire, which means all the paper, which is what it's made out of inside, all its paper guts get burned, and then you're sunk. So that's not always the best way to go, but it does have some advantages. Next, telephone and fax. I don't know what a fax is. I mean, I'm not technically savvy, and I'm a pretty old soul when it comes to technology, but I've never seen a fax machine. I'm convinced that they don't exist. They're like the Loch Ness Monster or a nice old man. Okay? So, that's not always the way to go. And you don't know who's on the other end of your telephone. You can't see them. You can't touch them. But you should, even in day-to-day, regular face-to-face conversation, you always ask permission before you, touch someone anyway. So that's not always the most important thing. So I don't really see any advantages to using the telephone and fax machine as your source of fileage, because you don't know who's on the other end. And it's not tangible, but it's not digital either, so it's not recorded. And then finally, documents. That just goes along with file cabinets, I guess. But the things about documents, they can get torn, or burnt, or crumpled up, or shredded. Or if you, need to go to the bathroom right now and there's no toilet paper left, and you have to make the hard decisions, the documents might have to go. So that's not the thing. That's not always the best thing. So I would like to submit my strategy, which is not on here. You get all of your information, all your financial information, your bank accounts, your checking accounts, and then you get all your personal information, your social security number, and all that good stuff. And you do one of two things with it. One, you tell them to me, and I'll remember it, and if you just ask me, I'll tell you. Okay? Or number two, get it tattooed on your body somewhere, and then you'll never have to lose it again, because if you lose your body, then you're dead, and then you won't have to worry about your bank stuff anyway. So you might want to think about that. I can't see any disadvantages to telling me your personal information or in tattooing it to your body. So, as you ponder this, have a good week. This is Shaniqua signing off.